son. Where'd you find this?
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
A few moments later.
You are now listening to Podcast 42, the world's most popular, inaccurate, and sometimes squirreled retelling of pop culture history.
Today, the girl who was checking the tickets at the front, she was doodling on a pad. I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm just drawing something. I was like, oh, okay. Cool.
Did that bother you?
No, it was fine.
What was she doodling?
People, I think, talking, like kind of anime looking.
People talking?
Yeah. It kind of looked like...
So she had, like, bubbles of people talking?
No, they weren't talking, but it was two people looking at...
You said they were talking.
It was two people looking at each other.
Okay.
And
talking about what?
I don't know. I didn't ask that far. I just said, what are you doing?
Maybe
like, what do you got there?
Talking about the movie that you were going to go see.
Do you know what movie I went to see?
Happy Time Murders.
No, I didn't. I heard it was awful, so I didn't want to waste my time.
It wasn't awful, but it can wait.
What is Happy Time Murders?
That was that Muppets movie with Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, yeah. I definitely heard that was awful.
I saw it. It was okay.
I went to see A Simple Favor with Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, and that was actually amazing.
It didn't look that good in the previews.
It was really good. There were a lot of twists that you would not expect in that movie.
No.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of twists, it's time for Podcast 42. I'm Christopher DeVos.
I'm Nicole Fasone.
Jill Truce. And I'm Fraz. Hey.
And tonight, it's Nicole's topic. And what did you pick?
Well, you know, we talk a lot about pop culture here at Podcast 42. We have done people. We have done musicians.
Yeah, we've done people.
We have done people, musicians, TV shows, video
Not all musicians.
Video games.
Why did you say, yeah, we've done people, like as opposed to like toys and stuff? Some musicians we talked about in the world just never knows.
Movies.
They'll know.
Movie franchises. We've done a whole lot of things, but I realized we never talked about specific places, and some places just have history behind them.
So you picked Mars. It's a weird choice.
No, I
Mars is a great place to pick.
It is.
Yeah.
I find Total Recall to be a very underappreciated movie.
And scientifically accurate.
I don't think 3 boobs would work. Sorry.
No.
I know, for motorboating procedures.
Yeah.
I know. Well, between which ones does your face go?
Well,
Do you alternate?
At least you have a stopping point in the middle.
I just doesn't work.
Well, I picked a place that I think a lot more people have heard of and possibly even been to than Mars, and that's Las Vegas.
Never heard of it.
And the women also have
full of
3
it.
boobs there, too.
Yes, that's true. And they paid for them. Unlike the alien, which was just natural.
You've never heard of Las Vegas, yet you were the one who came up to me and were like, hey, Backstreet Boys is performing in Las Vegas. Let's go. That happened.
I don't believe that happened because if it did, we
happened.
would have gone to see the Backstreet Boys.
It happened. You
Are
know
they
it.
putting a home there, or are they just doing concert there?
They've been doing a concert there for like 3 years.
They have a home there.
Yeah, residency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they share a home there?
Yes, Nick Carter shares a bunk with
AJ.
AJ. Howie sleeps on the floor.
We
And
did a
Brian
show
has
on
the
them. You
pull-out
should
couch.
know they
Yeah.
sleep in bunk beds.
And Kevin sleeps in a drawer.
All right. Well,
Kevin's the leader. He would probably have the master bedroom.
before we get into all that, let's open up the beer cooler.
Yay.
JL Beer Cooler, it's cooler than you think. JL Beer Cooler, it's cool enough to drink. It's cool enough to drink, yeah.
So you're doing something different this week.
am.
Explain.
I am doing a little thing that's different for this beer cooler. I got a variety pack.
Just like Las Vegas.
So, I got Shed Brewery's Mountain Miner Variety Pack. They're a brewery out of Vermont, and it came with 3 beers, 4 bottles of each, so it seemed perfect for all of us to try a variety of beers from the same brewery.
Okay.
There are 4 varieties, right?
3 varieties.
3 varieties, 4 beers each. That's why it was perfect, because we could literally each have one of each.
Do we have
beer.
all the varieties represented on the table right now?
Yes, we do.
Okay, good.
So,
Not a bad idea. I like it. We're shaking things up.
Yeah.
Shake it up. Boo, boo, boo,
We're not the
boo,
same
boo,
old
boo.
beer tasting podcast. I chose the Pilsner.
What's the name of it?
It is the Shed.
No.
No.
Hellsbrook.
Hellsbrook Pilsner. Why does it say the Shed at the bottom?
Shed Brewery. That's the name
Shed
of the brewery
Brewery.
from Vermont.
But it was in such big letters, it looked like the name of the...
Because when you say it, you have to be like, from the Shed. Because they're a mountain brewery.
Okay. Well, I give the label a 1.
That's fine. I'm okay with that because it's the same label on all of them, just with different things and different colors.
And what'd you pick?
I chose, like always, the Mountain IPA.
I did as well. Looks pretty good. 6.6 ABV. It says, features a Green Mountain goodness associated with handfuls of hops tossed in the kettle to deliver elevated notes of pine, resin, and citrus. What does yours say, Christopher?
Mine says the Shed.
It says
No, at the
Gnarly
top.
Mountain Pills.
Here, at the top.
It says...
Hellbrook Pilsner is a straight-up lager. Are we doing this together?
Massachusetts, Vermont, Connecticut,
That's
New
where
York.
you recycle it.
With
Oh.
a gnarly noble hop, spiciness, balancing German malt profile, and a finish as crisp as the alpine air.
You picked the same one I did for us. How are all 4 on the table?
Because
what I just asked, Chris.
The third one is right here. I brought it over in
The
case
4th
anybody.
one.
The third one. There are 3
Oh, I thought there was
beers
4.
and 4 of each beer, so we
Okay.
could each have.
My
one
beer
beer.
math is off. But
I can see that.
that beer's also named the Shed, so it's really hard to...
This one is called the Mountain Ale.
Okay.
This one is 7.4 ABV. And it says Mountain Ale is a rugged, ruby-colored brown ale featuring pronounced caramel and toffee notes and a moderate bitterness.
I want to try that one, too.
No.
I want to try it too. You all should try that.
There is a bottle in the fridge for each of you.
I know. I just brought one over.
I actually like mine better. But we'll get into that later.
Because
After we go on a binge in Vegas.
this is the
Wait a
binge.
minute. We shouldn't be talking about this.
Why?
I thought what happens in Vegas is supposed to stay in Vegas.
Well, it's funny you say that, because it's pop quiz time.
And our grades will stay in Vegas, so nobody
And
feels bad about it.
This pop quiz is called What Happens to You in Vegas is Actually Bragging Rights.
Yeah.
Or, a wise man once said, if you aim to leave Vegas with a small fortune, go there with a large one.
Oh,
That's
sad.
funny.
It's true. This is 5 general knowledge facts on Las Vegas in order of the easiest to the hardest to test your knowledge score. 1 point for each correct answer. Question number 1. At which hotel is Tutankhamun's tomb and museum located?
What now?
What museum?
At which hotel is Tutankhamun's tomb and museum located?
How do you spell tune?
Tomb?
Tomb.
T-O-M-B.
Thank you.
As in burial site
Yes, I got it.
for Egyptian mummies,
Yes, I got it.
which Tutankhamun
Yes, I got it.
is.
Thank you.
And the Rock was the Scorpion King.
Okay.
Can you smell it?
Question number 2. Name a celebrity chef that has a restaurant in Las Vegas.
Do you have a variety of answers?
I have 4 different ones. You only have to name one, and you get bonus points for naming more than one.
Really? You do?
Sure,
Super.
yeah, why not?
I don't think that's fair.
Why?
Because why? No. I don't know any of these people.
You do. You know all of them. You know every single one of these chefs. I'll give you a hint. One of them's not Chef Boyardee.
Thank you.
Question number 3. How long is the Las Vegas Strip in miles? How long is the Las Vegas Strip in miles? Not kilometers for us, but miles.
Meters?
Is it meters in Canada? It's not kilometers?
It is kilometers,
Okay.
Chris.
Don't make me feel more dumb than I already am. How long? How long will this keep going on? Question number 4. Which hotel was featured at the end of Ocean's 11?
Shit.
One of the more famous hotels. There's our rating.
Never takes too long.
And
Usually
question
right at the quiz.
yeah, always. Question number 5. What is Pai Gow? What is Pai Gow?
Is it a food?
What is it?
What kind of food?
What kind of food is Pai Gow, if it's a food at all? Could be a food. Could not be a food. Could be a breed of dog. This is Vegas.
Write your answers down quickly.
10, 9.
The celebrity chef
beer.
and Pai Gow might go hand in hand. We don't know.
He's at the Chinese buffet.
I got. Damn it, Jay. That was my answer.
All right, question number 1. At which hotel is Tutankhamun's tomb and museum located, Nicole?
Luxor.
Faraz.
Caesar's Palace.
JL.
Luxor.
Luxor is correct. Yeah, Luxor has an Egyptian theme.
I don't know the
It
hotels.
looks like a
The one
pyramid.
that looks like the pyramid,
I
and
don't
it
know.
has the
I know, but you
lion
don't even have
outside.
to go there, and some of these hotels are very iconic.
I went to
Yeah.
Caesar's Palace as like my guess because at least Caesar conquered Egypt.
Oh,
So I thinking that it would have fit with their
You
theme. regardless.
overthinker, you.
Name a celebrity chef that has a restaurant in Las Vegas. JL.
You said there were 4, right?
Yes.
So I just named 4.
Okay.
So I went with Wolfgang Puck, Gordon Ramsay, Emerald, and he's douchey enough to have a place, so Guy Fieri.
You're going
He
to be
is
surprised, JL. Nicole.
I said Ramsey, Wolfgang Puck, Emerald, and Morimoto.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It was a good one.
I said Wolfgang Puck, Richard Blaze, Emerald, Gordon Ramsay, and Morimoto.
That's 5. You have to knock one off. You can't just put extras and hope that all of them are...
Although I would have.
No, that's cheating. Knock one off. What do you think it's not?
I believe, what's the diners guy again?
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. I believe he just opened one. I'm not positive, but he's not on my list. But I have Emerald, Bobby Flay, Wolfgang Puck,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but Tom Cooley.
Colicchio.
Wait a
That was
second.
my next guess
Gordon
after Richard
Ramsay has
Blaze.
like 3 in Las
Tom
Vegas.
Does he
his-
have one in Las Vegas?
He has Hell's Kitchen. He's got Gordon Ramsay steak.
Is Hell's Kitchen in Vegas?
Yeah.
That's not a real restaurant.
There is a Hell's Kitchen restaurant in Las Vegas.
Okay, well,
That's
give
a
yourself
stage.
a point.
There is also Gordon
already gave
Ramsay's
you a
Pub
point.
and Grill. There's a lot of
You get a
Ramsay
point.
restaurants.
You
I
get
was
2 points
thinking
if you stop
Colicchio
yelling
like
at me.
consolidate his restaurants in New York, so I didn't pick them.
All right. How long is the
Colicchio
Las
is,
Vegas Strip?
You're staring at me?
Yes.
I have 5 squared.
5 squared. What does that mean?
25? 25 miles?
25 miles? The Las Vegas Strip?
5 miles.
There's a lot of desert on that strip. Nicole?
I said 3.1, a solid 5K.
JL?
26.2.
Solid marathon.
It is.
It feels like it.
Nicole, you're the closest at 4 miles.
Do I get a point
Well,
or
they
half
do a marathon
point?
there. That was my theory.
I would have given you half a point, but you yelled at me about the chef, so you get nothing now.
No!
You got a point for
I say
Gordon
good
Ramsay.
day.
Fine.
What hotel is featured at the end of Ocean's 11? JL?
Bellagio.
Nicole?
Bellagio.
Faraz?
Caesar's Palace.
No, it's the fountains
It
at
is
the Bellagio.
Caesar's Palace. You're wrong. It's Bellagio.
You know, multiple times recently I've told him he needs to rewatch Ocean's 11 because it is a
Why
fantastic
doesn't he watch
movie.
Ocean's 8?
We have not gotten it yet, but I do
If
really
you're
want
going to
to
watch
it.
Ocean's 11, watch the original.
No.
I like the Clooney and Brad Pitt one.
I've
And
never
Matt
seen the
Damon.
original, but I do like the Clooney one.
And Matt Damon and Don Cheadle
And the original has the Rat Pack.
Did they
and
change it
Julia
at all?
Roberts.
The Rat Pack. What's more Vegas than the Rat Pack?
I don't know. We'll
Is
find
the
out.
story
soon.
different?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. And question number 5, what is Pai Gow, Nicole,
Chinese poker.
for us?
Oh, that's a good one, actually. The Chinese poke. Damn it.
you
really did put down Chinese buffet, didn't
You
you?
really did.
I wrote down Chinese buffet.
Chinese buffet?
Yeah.
I have it's a card game.
It is actually a card game you play in a Chinese buffet, so everyone gets a point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's Chinese poker. And you can play with either dominoes or cards, and Pai Gow literally means makes 9.
I won this quiz,
Where
right?
does it say though that you could play it at a buffet?
I was just
Why can't
trying to
you?
make Faraz feel good.
Oh, okay, so that's not the right
You
answer.
could play it.
So he doesn't get a
He
point.
does not get a point.
I think
me feel
I
good.
think I should get half a point because you could play the card game in a Chinese.
No, you get a
buffet.
full point. You get a full point. Your card game's
Yeah.
right.
No, I mean for us, he should get half a point since he's half right. You could play it in a Chinese buffet.
Well, he got Chinese, so okay, half a point. All right, let's kick off the script. We're starting with you, Nicole. You're the topic picker.
Yeah, because Las Vegas is clockless. Most people who visit this magical city, this mecca of hedonist delights, see it as a timeless place that remains separated from the rest of the world. A place that exists in reality, of course, but abides by its own rules and its own unique culture. Though the city is nestled in the steaming hot bosom
Steaming.
steaming hot bosom
It's
of
not on the internet.
bosom of Nevada's Mojave Desert, it's a startling oasis unto itself, offering potential riches, entertainment, and luxury to all, lavish opulence that would normally be reserved for kings and aristocrats. The name Las Vegas...
I had to change that because I put aristocrats. Chris had kings and presidents, and I didn't quite understand that one.
Because not every country has a king.
Right.
A lot of countries have a president.
There are countries that don't have kings or presidents.
So there were leaders
That's why I went with aristocrats.
reserved for leaders.
Because every country has like an aristocracy.
But an
And next paragraph.
aristocrat is not a leader. It's a cat that's got
No, but
inherited money.
That's an
That's an
aristocrat.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't sure if you were making like a hit, not a hit, but like a jab at the current U.S. president or not.
No.
By that.
No, not at all.
The name Las Vegas was given to the area in 1821 by Rafael Rivera, a traveler on his way to Los Angeles who had stopped there for water on the Old Spanish Trail from New Mexico. At that time, several parts of this valley contained wells that were surrounded by foliage. Las Vegas translates to the meadows from Spanish.
Espanol.
Espanol.
Jumping to 1930, in the midst of the Great Depression, southern Nevada's Black Canyon was booming with construction work due to the erecting of the mighty Hoover Dam. It took 4.5 years and 4,200 people to build it.
You missed your calling as a 1920s radio host.
With rocks too hot to touch during the day and nights spent in Boulder City, a town full of anti-hedonist rules prohibiting gambling, drinking, and even prostitution. Arguably the oldest profession in the history of our species. Then, come payday, Boulder City would transition into a ghost town, its inhabitants flocking to the center of the Mojave Desert towards the glistening spires of the seductive Las Vegas. There, they found the main drag consisting of 2 blocks along Fremont Street and the Red Light District, called Block 16. Here was where one found all the vices in unabashed and spread-eagle defiance. Saloons, gambling, and yes, oh yes, even prostitution copiously decorated the streets. The choice people faced at the time was a simple one. Stay in bland, riggin' Boulder City, ha! Or venture through the desert to enjoy the pleasures of gambling and partying, limited only by the funds at your disposal.
Say, swing and a miss, and he'll take another chance at bat.
That's right. Swing and a miss, and he'll take another chance at bat.
Perfect.
Las Vegas was not always a city of sin, however. In 1905, Vegas was the classic railroad town, catering to passengers on layover and supplying mining camps in outlying cities. In 1922, a national strike caused the trains to stop coming. The railroad repair shop laid off hundreds of people and then moved out of town.
Bye.
This caused a ripple effect, and other businesses started to go under. Vegas was on its way to becoming a ghost town. The town leaders decided to come up with some wild schemes to keep the town going, including installing a county fair, dude ranches for divorcees.
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny to me that it's specifically for divorcees.
What is a dude ranch?
Isn't it divorcee?
A ranch for dudes.
It's a ranch where you get to ride on the back of dudes.
That makes sense why they're divorced, right? And a grassless 9-hole golf course. Despite the imagination behind these ideas, none proved fruitful.
Crazy. I can't believe that.
But then it occurred to the town leaders to take advantage of Nevada's tolerance for vices. The state looked away when businesses oriented around debauchery opened up. This was mostly due to the climate of the state itself. Nevada, you see, lacked the natural resources other states used to tempt businesses with. The air was dry. The water was scarce. At one point, Nevada was the least populated state in the Union, with the possibility of it even being merged with California.
I think because it had a lot of lizards, too. People don't like roaming lizards.
Yeah, the rattlesnakes and
Scorpions.
Scorpions,
Ugh.
the lizards,
Lizards.
spiders.
Tarantulas. I know
Yeah.
Arizona has like a tarantula migration each year.
Turtles.
Turtles. Turtles?
Yeah,
The only
it
way
just took a while to get there.
the only way to keep people in the state and make
A page
get through these
turn.
scripts without a page turn, and the only way to make money while in the arid desert was to offer what the rest of America is prohibiting: divorces, prize fighting, and other such otherwise illegal or seemingly unethical activities.
What would you suggest to avoid the page turns? That we print them out on scrolls?
Yes, that would be so amazing.
Christopher.
Classic
We're
papyrus.
gonna get scrolls.
Classic papyrus. We can mash our little pages.
How am I going to get a scroll through the
Can we
printer?
wear like togas and stuff?
Oh my god.
Are we going traditional togas with nothing underneath, though?
Or you
course.
could have him handwrite
Then yes,
them like a monk
scrolls.
would. Have
Do
him,
what?
Have him handwrite them like a monk would.
Like a monk would. Okay.
Yeah.
Like the guy from Monk?
No.
Tony
like,
Shalhoub?
like the ones in Spaceship Earth. The monks would handwrite all of the pages.
Who's going to
Those
shave
were
the
the
back of their
Phoenicians.
head in order to do that?
He doesn't need to have the back of his
Not
head
me. I have the
shaved.
most hair besides Nicole.
I have a pretty good head of hair.
Chris has a lot of hair.
JL has a high hairline already.
He also keeps his hair
Yeah.
short. I
Yeah.
think that's different.
But JL's hairline hasn't changed since I've known him.
Yeah.
And it's
Also,
been a
if
long
you-
time.
hasn't.
Also,
Yes,
well, wait a
it
second.
has.
If
You wear yours
pull
up front
ba-
more. To
Yeah, if you pull back
pull
your
mine
hair,
back.
you have the
We
same
have the same hairline.
That's the 1983 hairline.
I have the same haircut from 1983. In 1931, Nevada earned the nickname the Rogue State when it passed a bill allowing Star Wars to be filmed there. Casino-style, wide-open gambling while the rest of the country was holding secret underground back-alley games under the constant fear of police interference. Fremont Street suddenly boomed with casinos, and the penny slot machine was found everywhere. The East Coast viewed Nevada as another biblical Sodom and Gomorrah, as a sinful stain upon the collective integrity of the country as a whole.
Why was gambling illegal back then? Like, what is it? I mean, I know it's illegal now too, but why is it illegal? Like, if you look at the stock market, right? It's all gambling.
It is,
It's all just legalized gambling.
but it's rich people gambling. It's people who can afford to lose the money who generally play the stock market. This takes your money. The poor people gamble like this, and then they can't pay their bills. And
Is that why? Cause
yeah,
it's
pretty
like
much.
trying to like a safety net. Sort of, don't do this; it'll ruin your life.
Yeah, it's like you can't think on your own, so we're going to make it illegal because you're too stupid to go and blow your paycheck at the craps game, and now you can't feed your family. And
But you can blow all your money on the stock market too. You don't have to be rich to invest.
well, no, I mean now they make it easier to invest, but generally for the longest time, the stock market was a rich person's game.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
But it wasn't just legalized gambling that brought people in. People also came to see the Great Hoover Dam. 1932 saw 100,000 visitors who had come to behold what they considered to be the eighth wonder of the world. Las Vegas took advantage of the traffic by billing itself as the gateway to the Boulder Dam. Actually, you should read that, JL, in the voice.
Oh, hold on. Where
Just
you want me
that
to start?
sentence. Las Vegas took advantage of the traffic.
Las Vegas took advantage of the traffic by billing itself as the gateway to the Boulder Dam.
That's perfect.
That was good.
But what happened after the dam was completed and before the Autobots and Decepticons would have their epic battle along it?
Wait, what? How did that get thrown in there?
How
Does
do
it
you think that
happen?
got thrown
It
in there?
happened.
Yeah, there was a
How
big
did you not
battle in
know
the
about
future
it?
of
The Allspark was at risk of being taken by Megatron.
Oh my god.
Everyone knows this, Nicole.
Yes, Nicole.
This
It
is
happened.
Taken straight from Wikipedia. It was in there.
Poor Jazz lost his life there.
God.
I thought the Dinobot lost its life there.
No Dinobots lost their lives.
Dinobot lost his life in prehistoric Earth.
Yeah, he did. That was a sad time.
All right, we don't want to go down that road again. Franklin Roosevelt came to town and made a speech commemorating the completion of the project, and when he left, so did all the tourists. Once again, Fremont Street was empty.
Oh. Come 1938, Los Angeles attempted to rid itself of mobsters, dirty cops, card sharks, and other unseemly
I love
folks.
that show.
Only to
Card
have
Sharks was such a great show.
only to have this seedy underworld travel down the highway and end up in Las Vegas.
I wondered where they got cards that big.
I know. Do you think they play card sharks in Vegas?
Probably. I'm sure it's a slot machine.
It's gotta be.
The underworld brought with it an expertise on how to turn a small casino into a big casino. These individuals
Bigger
knew...
buildings.
Make these walls bigger.
Seems pretty easy to me.
These individuals knew when to comp players, and they knew how to make customers happy without giving away the whole bank.
Just take half the bank.
Just some of the bank. One such mobster went by the name of Benjamin Bugsy Siegel.
That's a classic mobster name right there,
Yes,
Bugsy.
it
It's
is.
like a Dick Tracy
Ben
villain.
Bugsy.
Bugsy. Hey, Bugsy.
He was a key player in the national crime organization known as the Syndicate.
Which
Original
actually
name.
they made a movie about him. Warren Beatty played Bugsy.
Ooh.
After he got done playing Dick Tracy.
Ooh. Siegel was considered one of the most crooked entrepreneurs of the time.
Wait, what?
Entrepreneurs.
See here now.
Entrepreneurs?
Entrepreneurs.
You mean entrepreneur?
They're
Entrepreneurs.
It's
Something.
a confusing word.
He's an intrepid entrepreneur.
Bugsy's main job in Vegas was to take control of the race wire, which published results of all the horse races. But as America was heading to war and new military outposts were being built outside of town, Bugsy saw potential for the mob to take over.
See here, mob. Come here, mob.
Speaking of the war, Vegas allowed marriages to be performed without preliminary blood tests. So the town was once again booming as soldiers married their sweethearts before being shipped off to Europe. Vegas also
Oh, no
performed-
blood cells. Let's get married.
You know, I think that sentence is wrong. Doesn't that sentence
What?
mean... Yeah. Doesn't that sentence mean that the sweethearts were shipped off to Europe? I know I wrote that sentence.
So the town was... So does marry sweethearts.
Soldiers married their sweethearts, and then the sweethearts were shipped off to Europe?
Bye. No blood tests. You'll find out later. You'll find out later on the boat.
Am I wrong in this?
The blood test determined you shouldn't be my bride.
No, because the soldiers went off to Europe to fight the war. This was the
I think it
World
reads
War
okay,
II.
Chris. I think
Okay.
you're overthinking it. It
I
looks
see what
fine.
he's thinking, though.
There's got to
Yeah.
be some reason
That's
that they were
fine.
doing blood tests.
I know what that was supposed to be.
It reads
but
just fine.
I think the way that the sentence is structured is wrong.
Oh, I mean, maybe as soldiers married their sweethearts before being shipped off.
to Europe. Oh,
No.
maybe it's okay. All right. It's okay.
No, because
The
the
subject is still the
subject is
soldiers.
still the soldiers
'Cause you don't
marrying their
differentiate it
sweethearts
by-
before the soldiers are being shipped off to war.
So if you were to say put they
I don't need a sentence
in between there, like the word they, it would have had some
I made a
controversy there.
mistake.
He made a
I
mistake.
thought I made a
you see?
mistake, but I
Actually,
didn't.
you didn't make a mistake.
I know. He
didn't
the
make a mistake,
was
you
thinking
see?
that you made a mistake.
Yeah. Your
See,
mistake
here-
was talking while Nicole was reading.
The sweethearts can stay, see? Yeah. Send the soldiers. Keep the sweethearts.
You know, he was my favorite person in the Ten Commandments because he played the same mobster and everything, and then he was in the Ten Commandments. He's like, yeah, Moses, see? Yeah. go.
15, no, 10
No,
commandments.
yes. I give you these 15. 10.
Speaking of the war, Vegas allowed marriages to be performed without preliminary blood tests. Why are we going back to this?
Because you're rereading it.
Or rereading it.
Yeah, you're
No. It's the next paragraph.
No. Vegas also performed.
You're rereading
I'm
it,
sorry.
see?
I'm a little distracted.
Yeah, see here.
He's talking so much, you won't just let me finish
You
the
gotta go how
freaking
Vegas is performing.
paragraph.
Finish it,
See,
see, sweetheart?
See, come on,
Finish the
sweetheart.
sentence, then we're shipping you off to Europe.
Vegas also performed quickie divorces for those thinking of just the opposite
I
of
love
true
quickies,
love.
see?
It was the #1 place in the country to dump your spouse.
Yeah,
I did that last
You
year.
did good. You did good,
Thank
sweetheart.
you.
That's right, honey.
Now go get me some whiskey.
Bugsy. Yeah, Bugsy. Not
Bubsy.
Bubsy.
Bub.
Bubsy. Bugsy, yeah. Bugsy convinced mobsters of the need to invest in this town now, while it was still at ground zero, and they did. Mob Buddy floated several casinos and hotels during the next several years. Investor sheets read like a who's who of organized crime. Cash was skimmed out of the hard count rooms to pay off the crime bosses. The hard count room, by the way, that's where all the casino winnings are tallied each and every day. They would literally throw money in a sack and hand it out the door. The scheme worked so well that Siegel, pushed his bosses to invest 3 miles down the road outside of the city's slot tax. Nothing was there yet, so there was room to build a luxury resort.
What kind of tax?
Slut tax?
Slot tax.
Oh, I thought you said slut tax.
No, that comes later. Now, it was 1945. The war was over. There was no slut tax. And America wanted to party.
Yeah, the tax is gone.
Yay!
No more slut tax.
Bring
Let's
the
party.
sluts.
$1.5 million later saw the construction of the Flamingo Hotel. What made the Flamingo Hotel stand out, you ask? That, whereas other casinos celebrated a cowboy flair, the Flamingo boasted a contemporary urban style that resonated with luxury and glamour.
And that name Flamingo is nothing but urban.
No, but it screams luxury and glamour. When the Flamingo was completely finished, it had run $4.5 million over budget. The mob turned on poor Bugsy. Poor Bugsy. He was gunned down in his girlfriend's apartment. This didn't stop wise guys from all over the country to head to Vegas to stake their own claim on the flowing money. The mobsters came to actually start over as legitimate businessmen. Vegas gave them the opportunity to build legal businesses in the same sunshine they had previously hid from under cover of the city's sinister shadows. But this did not stop the skimming.
Now, we're doing an overview of Vegas, so there's got to be more to the story of Bugsy getting gunned down than just being over budget, because he did so much for that town.
I believe one of the theories is that he was going to become too powerful, having that whole city, that he was going to have control of it.
That, I believe, more than he was just over budget on one resort. I mean, $4.5 million is huge to me, but
they
to
used
the mob?
that as the excuse.
Okay. This is just crazy after all he did to open the doors for all those mobsters, just to be, well, you're over budget.
Yeah, because that one man could have taken over the whole mob with how successful everything was going to be.
Yeah, very
So
true.
in the end, crime does not pay.
In the end, nothing matters.
Oh. Are we doing Lincoln Park right now?
We always do Lincoln Park.
In 1950.
Are we supposed to do an episode about them? Was that still maybe a possible topic?
We could do it right now. On the end,
In 1950, Lincoln Park was not yet conceived.
a 2-year investigation was launched by Senator
Estes?
Estes Kefauver. In 1950,
so glad
a
you
2-year
gave him that name.
investigation was launched by Senator Estes Kefauver.
Estes.
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 Estes Lauder.
Estes.
Estee Lauder.
Estes Kefauver. And his and his SSC, the Senate Special Committee to investigate crime and interstate commerce. The investigation concluded that organized crime money was incontrovertibly tied to Las Vegas casinos and was becoming the controlling interest in the city. This led to a proposal by the Senate to institute federal gambling control only through the power and influence of Senator Mac McCarran, who
Mac?
is Pat McCarran.
What is going on?
Only through the power and the influence of Senator Pat McCarran did the proposal die.
See, he
Estes
saw
Kefauver.
McCarran, and he thought the first
Mac
name was
McCarran.
Mac
That's a
McCarran.
mighty sounding senator to me. I'd fear him.
I think you were thinking Mac the Knife, which is a very Vegas-type song.
In 1966, Howard Hughes, aviator and entrepreneur, moved to Las Vegas, initially staying in the Desert Inn. He refused to vacate his room. No, he said, I will not leave this room. Instead, I will buy the whole hotel. Is that what happened?
Yeah, how much for this hotel?
Well,
It's $4.5 million over budget, so...
and therefore Hughes extended his financial empire to include Las Vegas real estate, hotels, and media outlets. And just so he wouldn't have to ever leave his room, he spent an estimated $300 million and used his considerable pecuniary power to take over many of the well-known hotels.
I've done that before. I got into a Motel 6, and I spent another $30 to stay an extra night.
Motel 6, is that better than, what's the other one?
Motel
Holiday Inn
8.
Express.
There is Holiday
Super
La
8.
Quinta. Super 8. Motel 8, Motel 6,
And
and
Super
Super
8.
8.
Yeah.
Which one's better?
I don't know. I've only stayed at a
Why
Motel
is it called
6.
the Magic 8? Don't you think they could have
'Cause
played off
that's-
the Magic 8 ball?
No, because
I
it's
know.
a magic 8 inches that you get when you're there.
Oh, snap.
Hopefully
I would
not.
think
That
it's
would
a
hurt.
magic 8-ball of Coke, but, sketchy motel. I guess you could get either when you're there. No?
Is that how Coke is rated, by balls?
8 balls. Isn't that what it's
Is there
usually
not
called?
so there's not a 6-ball.
I don't know. I'd never
That would be a
dabbled
dime
in
bag.
Coke. I just know that...
Is
So
there-
dime bags
Is
are
there a
weed.
4-ball?
Why are they
Nicole?
called dime bags? They're one
No, they call
10 ounces?
No, pot.
I don't
is in
know.
Dime bags, isn't it? They have Coke. I don't know. I never did Coke, so I don't know.
And
I
weed
should
isn't
know because
illegal
you
in
guys
Canada,
accused
so I don't
me
know
of doing
either.
Coke on the Lord of the Rings episode. So you should be asking me. I'm going to make up all the answers, though.
Where was I on this?
8-ball means you get 8 balls of
Howard
Coke.
Hughes
No.
quickly became one of the most powerful men in Las Vegas. He was instrumental in changing the image of Vegas from its Wild West roots and into a more refined, cosmopolitan type of city.
Instead of being a rhinestone cowboy, he became a dapper Dan.
That's right.
I'm a rhinestone
Despite this
cowboy.
refinement, however, when people
Boom,
think of
boom.
I'll wait till Chris is done singing.
It's a classic song.
Do you want to finish the classic song?
We don't have 8 minutes.
I'm a rhinestone cowboy.
Might as well keep going, because now I'm going to take a sip of my water.
I don't know the words. So that's the only words I know.
Yeah, those are the only words anybody knows from that song.
Despite this refinement, however, when people think of Vegas, images of sybarite pursuits still come to mind.
What's that mean?
Sybarite?
Yeah.
Sybarite.
Yes. What does it mean?
Symbiote?
You can keep saying the word to me, but that doesn't give me the definition.
It's the type of person that pursues pleasures and luxuries, like a hedonist would.
Okay.
But Sybarite originates from a city, Sybarite City?
Sybarite City, yeah. I've been there.
And it was like a Sodom and Gomorrah, essentially.
Sodom.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Okay.
Can I continue?
Yeah, go ahead. Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Yeehaw!
Yet, you might be surprised to find a plethora of family... What did I say? What did I say, Chris?
You almost said you might be fucked.
Say that.
You did. You almost said
did.
that. Okay. Because I think you were thinking about getting through this paragraph.
Sybarite pursuits. I was thinking of Sybarite pursuits.
Go ahead. I'll be quiet.
However, you'd be surprised to find a plethora of family fun activities adorning the city as well. Why, Vegas is home to the Discovery Children's Museum, which features Waterworld, a water-centric myriad of activities,
With Kevin Costner as your host.
including a model of the Hoover Dam. There's also the High Roller, the tallest observation wheel on Earth. Why, yes, taller than our own Orlando Eye. If sitting in an oversized Ferris wheel just to stare at the Vegas cityscape doesn't quite catch your family's fancy, however,
That's got to be new. I never saw that there. The Ferris wheel?
you can head on over to Fremont Street's Outdoor Mall, which offers a scattering of shops and restaurants, accompanied by overhead ziplining like you're on a cruise ship, and the largest video screen in the world, depicting the Viva Vision Light Show.
Does anybody know if the Ferris wheel is somewhat new? I haven't been in like
Look,
5 years.
my information came from recent stuff, like 2016 onwards. So
must
maybe
be
it's
somewhat new.
new. When was the last time you were in Vegas, Chris?
5 years ago.
Oh, last time I went was last weekend.
You went last weekend?
No, I didn't go. I've never been to Vegas.
Oh, you should go. It's awesome.
I hear that.
If you and your family don't know about the Ferris wheel, but have done enough eating and shopping, Vegas also offers another water-centric destination. Talk about an oasis in the desert, eh? As written by the Canadian. The Shark Reef Aquarium at Mandalay Bay, featuring an underwater tunnel, perhaps not unlike those found at SeaWorld. Let's not also forget the indoor page turn.
Oh, they're always indoors, though.
So we did an outdoor show once.
We did.
Oh, god damn it,
Amusement Park, Adventure Dome, or the enormous free playground at Downtown Container Park.
Oh, you didn't say that excited enough. There's an exclamation point.
You have to honor the exclamation
You gotta be
points,
like,
Chris.
Or the enormous free playground at Downtown Container Park.
Is Adventure Dome at Circus?
There are a lot of exclamation points in this entire page.
Can you keep going,
I
then?
don't think we can
Yeah,
go up
we
to
have
that
no
every
choice
every
but to
time.
honor them.
I think we can.
All right. Fall of Atlantis. animatronic show boasting terrific special effects is also free.
Also free!
There's actually is a ton of free stuff in Vegas. That's another great thing about Vegas. After the pirate show outside of Treasure Island is awesome, and that's free. After all that family fun, you're probably thinking that you just want to find some rest. Maybe a trip to the beach is in order. Sure, you're in the desert, but what's the
not
difference
honoring these exclamation points
between a beach and a desert? Really? They both have sand, after all. Mandalay Bay Hotel offers its guests a fantastic experience at Mandalay Bay Beach. That's right, a beach composed of 2,700 tons of real sand. Real sand! This beach features a gargantuan wave pool, lazy river, and opulent cabanas.
Opulent.
Opulent cabanas.
Opulent.
It's actually really nice.
Opulent
You've been there?
cabanas.
Yes.
You
I don't
stayed at
remember
the
the
beach?
Mandalay Beach.
I went to where I stayed was at Mandalay Bay.
Holy crap, that sounds expensive.
I didn't pay for it.
I've seen the Mandalay shark slides.
Hold on, let's ask JL how this Mandalay Beach thing was.
How was the Mandalay Beach?
Oh, it was really nice.
Was it opulent?
Yes.
You just said it was really nice.
Okay. Is that what opulent means? Vegas also grants you the opportunity to get serenaded by a gondolier without having to travel all the way to Venice, Italy. I wanted to do that, but I haven't done that yet. You can take an
Go to
indoor,
Venice?
do the gondolier at...
Would Venice stink? I feel like Venice would stink.
Venice
I feel
does
like
not
it would
stink.
too.
Why
No.
would Venice... I know you've been there.
I didn't think it's.
I've never heard of a stink coming from Venice, but I've always... It just seems like it would stink.
The Vegas one doesn't stink.
I'll
There's
tell you
so
this
much
much:
water everywhere.
the gondolas in Venice are already expensive. I can only imagine how much more overpriced it is to do it in Vegas, and you're not even going around the actual
Do you
city
think
of
it'd be
Venice.
really
you'd be in
expensive
the-
in
It
Vegas?
was expensive in Venice.
No, but in Vegas it'd be cheaper because you're using the U.S. dollar as opposed to the euro.
No,
He's right.
because it's Vegas, and they're going to upcharge you out the ass for
Yeah, but you're
like
only-
a 10-minute ride around their fake river.
Yeah, but see, in
Because they
Venice,
can.
they're gonna do that to you because that's what everybody wants to do. So why not charge?
Nope, they're charging you a price in Venice, but you're actually going around and seeing all the sites. But in Vegas, everything is going to be more expensive because it's the novelty of doing it in Vegas.
How much was the gondolier trip in Venice?
I didn't really think it was that expensive to do a bunch of this stuff in Vegas,
Yeah.
like the roller coasters, and I thought it was all reasonably priced.
Yeah.
And you can get a pass.
Yeah, you can usually get a
I
group
don't know
on.
how much it costs. I'm saying I would expect it to be more in Vegas.
No,
Than
I think I
I
thought it was
think
all
the actual
pretty
Venice one would
reasonable
be more expensive. Than
Yeah, I
Vegas.
think the one in Venice would be more expensive.
I'm wrong.
because they make their money.
Well,
off
how
the
much was the
gambling.
Venice one? You were there.
Remember, we had 6 because we talked to people that we met when we were doing our walking tour of Venice, and we said, do you want to do it with us? Because for 2 people to do it would have been really, because it's a flat price for the gondola for a half hour. But you can have up to 6 people in a gondola. So we said, hey, if we do it on our own, it's going to be expensive. But if 6 of us do it, I think it only came out to like 20 euros a person, 15 or 20 euros a person. So 20 times 6 is what, 120 for the half hour. So if it's 2 people and you're going around the city of Venice for a half hour in the gondola, your own private gondola, that kind of it's Venice.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like a 15 or 20-minute ride on the gondola in Las Vegas is probably going to be about $75.
You get the entertainment card, and it's like $60 a day, and you get to pick attractions from it. Like you can go up the Eiffel Tower, you can get the Venice ride, or you can do a roller coaster.
I don't know anything about the multi.
But
Multi-pass.
Yeah, that one.
something like that. It's
You
like
don't
the
have multi-pass?
blue card or something. I can't remember what it's called, but
Yeah.
Multi-pass.
you
Something
can't
like that.
you can't ride the roller coaster twice, but
Yeah. You could do
the-
everything once.
Once, yeah.
Thank you,
I got one of
Faraz.
those
I
in
don't.
Paris.
Okay. No, I don't. The stuff in Vegas usually is moderately priced because they make all the money off the gambling.
Yeah.
So the attractions aren't that bad in price. I didn't think so, but it's been a while.
You're fine.
Vegas also grants you the opportunity to get. Oh, we did that. You can take an indoor imitation. Did we do that?
No.
We talked about it.
No?
Renowned magicians Siegfried and Roy also host an animal habitat featuring white tigers, lions, and other big cats and dolphins. I thought they weren't
And
there.
dolphins.
I
Let's
thought
just-
they weren't there anymore.
Roy can't leave.
Yeah, but I didn't think
Vegas.
they did their show anymore.
No, they don't do their show.
They don't.
They
They're-
just
they're
host-
just
they have
there.
the habitat.
Okay.
You can go to visit the habitat. There's no mention of their show anymore.
Well, speaking of them, Vegas is home to a legion of shows.
Why are we not focusing on the fact that they have like this whole habitat featuring all these big cats and then dolphins?
I did read that.
Let's throw dolphins in there too. Just
Well,
like,
yeah, you gotta have something in
I
the
said
water.
dolphins.
there's tigers.
I read the
There's
whole
lions.
sentence.
And
dolphins.
I read that whole sentence.
That goes well.
And then you repeated
Dolphins.
the sentence like 4 times.
What? But it doesn't mesh well to me. Like they have all these cats and stuff, big cats, and then like they're gonna build a whole aquarium for the dolphins.
Yeah, dolphins and big cats get along famously. They're friends.
That doesn't seem like that would be your thing.
Yeah, they hang out.
I want to see this habitat, Chris.
Well, we should go.
Well, yeah, we should go.
Podcast 42 group outing.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a private.
Chris, we're
I'm
gonna
down.
be bed buddies.
Okay.
Yay, I can see
Bunks?
Raz's bed buddy.
Bunks?
You're already Froz's bed buddy.
Yeah.
I know.
You
That
drew
was
the
fun
short
part.
straw.
I did not.
I will tell you, sir. It is a long and opulent straw.
All right.
What, a bendy straw?
From the medieval
It
times,
bends every which way.
we're moving on from the medieval
Hi,
times.
Nicole's mom.
Excalibur show to musical performances. Many top performers have residence in the city where they play a series of concerts in one location instead of traveling on tour to different cities. Currently, Britney Spears, Penn and Teller, Carrot Top, and Celine Dion all have shows.
Ooh, Carrot
And the
Top.
Backstreet Boys.
And the Backstreet Boys. And Lady Gaga, I think Lady Gaga just got one, or Gwen Stefani.
I don't know.
Another one.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Aerosmith just announced they will also have a regular gig in the city. Vegas has everything except for a Culver's.
Had to put that in there. Didn't
I
you?
heard Carrot Top show's actually pretty good.
Yes, I've heard that also. I have a friend that goes to Vegas usually about once a year.
Yeah.
And he makes sure to go see Carrot Top's show
I've heard
every
that a lot.
time.
I've heard that a lot from a lot of people.
He's also met Carrot Top, and he said he's a really, really nice guy.
He's scary looking.
He is scary looking.
Now you might be asking, but does it really have everything? No, because they apparently don't have a Culver's.
I don't know why we're hung up on that all of a sudden.
But to that we'd say,
Because
come
we
on.
talked about it for the burger episode. If you don't remember, Culver's got left out, even though there are Culver's in Texas, which you say most of our listeners are concentrated in.
Okay, I stand corrected.
But to that we would say, come on, they put a frickin' beach in the desert.
Man.
But if that wasn't impressive enough, journey just 35 miles outside of the city and you'll find Mount Charleston. Here, the whole family can enjoy hikes along the mountain landscape or sprinkle in a dash of good fun with skiing and sledding. What? Skiing and sledding in the desert?
Oh my
Crazy. Okay.
They do that with the Dolphins.
Dolphins!
This episode is sponsored by Vegas.
Okay, so we've covered that Las Vegas, notwithstanding its seedy origins. Though, to be fair, we all have seedy origins.
Faraz.
Who wrote that?
Faraz. Human nature?
Las Vegas is an all-around great tourist destination. In fact, in 2017, it was the USA's fourth most popular destination, behind only Orlando, Los Angeles, and New York City. But what if you're not a tourist? What are the locals like? Who actually wants to live in Sin City?
Prostitutes.
Well, to start the list, we have the dear departed king of pop, Michael Jackson, plus Donnie and Marie Osmond, Flavor Flav, Wayne Newton, Jerry Lewis, and so many more also have residencies in this gargantuan place.
Isn't Jerry Lewis dead?
So is Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah,
said
but that
Jerry
one was
Lewis
dead.
Started off with a postmortem.
I know, but I think Jerry Lewis is dead too, isn't he?
You were kind of jumping between post-mortem and still living.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I'm going to look that up.
Plus, if you keep your eyes peeled, you might even catch a rare glimpse of Nicolas Cage.
Is he alive?
Yes, very much so.
Not his career, though. And Jerry Lewis is dead.
Well, Nicolas Cage moved to Las Vegas from L.A. to escape the relentless paparazzi. So that's
I don't know
that's
what
where
he
he's
was
at.
trying to escape from.
You don't say.
Nope, no clue.
Because he stole the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
Like that matters anymore.
Maybe he's going to catch that flight, that Con Air.
Worst accent ever, but still great movie.
I love that movie. You'll also find that Vegas is constantly changing, with new buildings popping out of seemingly nowhere. Its soaring economy allows for almost perpetual expansion of private and public areas throughout the city. Speaking of the economy, The service-oriented nature of Vegas has generated much wealth for those working in the service industry. I think it's time to move. Also,
Tip your bartender, folks.
like any other bustling city,
And your server.
tranquil living could be found in the surrounding suburbs, away from the glitz and glamour of the Vegas Strip. Moreover, Nevada boasts the page turn, wait for it. Yes, definitely wait for it. Lowest tax burden on its residents than anywhere else in the nation. Las Vegas city maintenance is almost entirely paid for by the 40 million tourists visiting the casinos each year. Lastly, you may ask yourself, am I safe visiting the city of desire and dreams?
JL, am I safe visiting this city of desire and dreams?
It sounds scary given its seedy origins.
You know, Chris, although no city is 100% safe, Las Vegas prides itself on its security measures, and as a result, it is considered to be a generally safe city. Pretty safe.
It's okay. It's moderately safe. It's moderate.
I love the
come on.
pause.
The city was founded by mobsters.
There is a strong police presence along the Strip, but less so in the rest of the city. So as long as you aren't flashing your penny slot winnings, along with anything else you might be wanting to show, you can consider yourself walking down the street not only a marvel to the eye, but a somewhat worry-free marvel at that. Viva Las Vegas!
That was the best part. It's
So-
just generally safe.
Why did you pick Las Vegas?
Like I said, we've done movies, we've done video games, we've done people, we've done musicians. It's
So there's no like attachment, or have you been to Las Vegas?
yes, I've been to Las Vegas
Okay.
twice. I like it.
I thought we'd pick someplace neat and out of nowhere, like Vancouver.
Or Winnipeg.
Yeah.
No, I just thought maybe
So
the city held some sort of special
No,
meaning
it
for
felt
you.
like, there's a lot of pop culture stuff there.
Oh,
There
yeah.
are the movies that have been made there, the mob background, the
should just
heists
totally grab a
that have
bottle.
all
It's
happened
totally worth
there,
it.
which, I mean, I didn't write the script, even though this was my own topic. Some of those things were not really talked about all that much, but there's a lot that everybody thinks of something different when they think of Vegas.
Yeah.
Some of them think of it as a tourist attraction. Some of them think of it as a gambling city that has like a bad taste to its mouth. Some of them think of it as the city that never sleeps. Is that Vegas?
Your
That's
city?
weird.
That's your city?
I don't think. Well, Vegas also doesn't sleep because they pump oxygen into the casinos, and there are no windows, so you don't know what time of day it is, and you're always energized,
There's
and
also
you're
no
just staying
clocks.
up all night.
That's right.
Well, you don't have
Clockless.
to.
And it's a foodie city.
Yes, there's a lot of
So-
great
Oh,
restaurants
I'll tell you
I
this
think we
much.
should quiz Nicole.
on restaurants.
What?
No. What's your favorite casino?
The
Like-
Luxor's Casino is actually not too bad. I know that was at the end of the Strip, but the thing is, I don't have the high budget to play the higher end tables.
Don't care about like that. It's just like, which one did you enjoy?
I enjoyed the Luxor, and that was where I stayed both times. The first time I was there, I stayed at the Luxor. The second time, I stayed at a hotel just off the Strip. But the Luxor was really nice. It was really clean. I liked that it was connected to Excalibur, New York, and
Circus.
was it Circus? I don't think it was Circus.
No.
No, it's not Circus.
If you want to do cheap gambling, you go to the Hooters Hotel.
yeah,
during the
that
day.
was across the street from
Yeah.
the place that I stayed.
Super cheap gambling.
Yeah, but no bueno there. No, you don't want to hang out there.
Why? It was fine.
It was seedy.
It was. It's
That's the best type of
It was
casino.
seedy.
That's why it's only generally safe.
Fremont Street had way seedier casinos than.
Yeah, but I didn't
Hooters.
hang out at
Old
Fremont
Vegas.
Street
Yeah.
all that much.
That's because it's old Vegas. It's got Sam's Town and all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
Fremont
Yeah.
Street is cool. It's
So
really
Fremont
cool.
Golden
Street,
Nugget.
Yeah.
Fremont Street. I did the zip line across Fremont
Oh,
Street.
wow.
I
Is it
believe-
great?
Nugget City?
No. Well, it's old.
It's old, and it's like the old. There are reels on their slot machines where all the new
Yeah.
ones are electronic and everything like that.
Golden Nuggets Landry's. That's how I...
So, favorite show?
I did not see any shows when I was in Vegas.
Did any pique your interest?
When I was there the first time, Jerry Seinfeld was there. And I almost wanted to go see his stand-up, but nobody would have gone with me, so I was like, I can't.
There's a lot of Cirque du Soleil shows
Yes,
there.
there is.
There are. There definitely are.
Zumanity.
Did you see any of the free stuff, like the volcano or the pirate show?
I went to see...
the fountains.
They don't do the pirate show anymore. Okay,
No?
so I went to Las Vegas when I was...
That's disappointing.
I went there when I was 5. So I remember...
You started gambling when you were 5?
No,
That's
I
like didn't
actually
like
went
Hooters.
there as a family tourist attraction type vacation.
Okay.
So
I
when
told you,
went-
you'd be surprised. It's family friendly.
when I went there when I was 5, we stayed at the MGM Grand. And what I remember
That's a nice
about,
one.
Yes, beautiful. I walked through
Across
it.
the street from the Luxor.
It is across the street from the
There is
Luxor.
actually the hockey arena that the Vegas Golden Knights is actually located right there now.
And they have a ginormous horse race, like, sporting room where it's just like stadium, big armchair seats, and just a bunch of TVs where you can watch all the games and place your bets right there.
And that's where I would be.
I remember when I was there and I was 5, they had their whole Wizard of Oz display because the MGM Grand, MGM Wizard of Oz came out of the same production company. That was amazing. And I remember seeing the pirate show when I was 5, and that was at
I don't know when I went, they weren't doing it.
No, I'm just trying to think. What's the name of the hotel?
Where the pirate show is?
Yeah,
Treasure Island.
Treasure. Thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't get to go there
Robert
this
Louis
time.
Stevenson as a hotel?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember seeing that and thinking that was really cool. They didn't have. It's not open anymore. The pirate show at Treasure Island. I did the zip line down Fremont Street. I went to the Heart Attack Grill.
Oh!
Yeah, so that is the burger place at the end of the old strip. Where
Did you get the cardiac arrest
I did
burger?
not. Come on. I mean, I'm
just saying,
I
like,
just
it's-
finished 5 slices of
No,
pizza.
I'm just saying, it's like the one thing, like when you hear about heart attack, it's like, get the cardiac arrest burger.
So the Heart Attack Grill is a burger restaurant. They actually make everybody watch a disclaimer video before walking in. They make you put over your clothes hospital gowns, and they have white wine and red wine in IV bags, and they've got burgers that's like the quadruple bypass, triple bypass, and it goes all the way up to an 8-patty
she's still
burger. And you
What did you say?
Nothing. I said nothing. I was like using this momentum of hers to like take a quick restroom break.
Anyway, you said it was a tough one.
No.
You said, "Oh, she's still talking."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was relieved that she was. So like it didn't. It didn't.
She never talks. Let her talk.
I was
I
letting her
know.
talk. I was just like relieved that you were still going on. I wasn't like.
It is not
dismayed.
often that Nicole's passionate about a topic.
Please go on. I was just. I was
I
complimenting
was
the fact.
talking about burgers.
I meant it flatter. I
was actually
intended
really-
it to be complimentary.
He's ruining my little segment
Anyway.
of the get to know Nicole's favorite
Did you get
parts of
spanked
Vegas.
by a little person?
So, we have all worked in a themed location before, so we know when somebody asks you to do the theming, it can sometimes be a little frustrating and a little like, ugh, they want me to do this. Like, I can't believe it. But
You avoided my question.
everything that I had heard about this place said if you don't finish your burger, you're supposed to get spanked.
Is that why you went there?
Answering my question.
And
Is that why you went there?
and
Is that why you went there?
and,
Was that Chris's question?
You got spanked.
and I
It's
said
a famous restaurant.
Was that your
I
question?
did not
Yeah.
finish
No.
my burger.
Deliberately.
Can I
Deliberately.
please get spanked? So they actually have a little. I will show you all the video. I will actually let us post this video on the group page.
Okay.
They had a little wooden paddle. They do a little rub, and then they spank your ass. I
They
actually
rub your butt first?
Yeah. Just
Yeah, you gotta
warm
tenderize
up.
it.
Yeah.
And they did it twice on each cheek, and I had bruises afterwards because it was a wooden paddle.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
But
Was this?
But they literally bring you to the middle of the restaurant so everybody watches it happen.
Roz is really turned on right now.
Yeah, I am.
Hi, Nicole's mom.
Hi, Nicole's mom. She's seen this video. And I took a picture of myself with the our waitress nurse.
But was it a little person?
No, but she was there, and she was
Okay.
really nice. And so she's one of the
I would want to get
So this is the next role play idea for us.
Sure.
All right, well, let's get into fishbowl facts before we
make this show rated X.
Anyway,
Faraz's favorite
wait,
show
I
was
do have-
by Cirque du Soleil because that's what he's planning on having later on.
I will tell you this much. Any time that I've gone to Vegas or any casino for that matter, I like to play blackjack. That's kind of my game. The slots are fun sometimes if you find a fun one, but I make the most money out of blackjack.
Blackjack has your best odds of winning.
Yes, and I always make more money if I play in the morning. I don't know what it is.
It's cheaper tables in the morning.
Maybe, but even when it's more
Maybe
expensive,
you just have better luck.
Maybe I just have better luck in the mornings, but every time I've gone down to play, as soon as I wake up at like 7 in the morning, because if I drink, I don't really sleep all that well. If I wake up really early and I go straight downstairs, I'll make like $300.
Nice.
Faraz, do you have a game of choice?
Texas Hold'em. I'm usually pretty good at it.
You know, I do have
Chris?
a chip set if you guys
Texas
want to
Hold'em.
practice afterwards.
I like Texas Hold'em and roulette.
We should do a Texas Hold'em night here.
Yeah.
Nicole has a set now.
Do.
Okay.
Professional
Yeah.
chips and card decks.
It's not like we don't have enough beer in the fridge.
Yeah.
I have a set at the house, too.
Yeah.
Chips
All
and
right.
stuff.
So we are doing our fishbowl facts. Facts
Fishbowl
from a fishbowl in a Ziploc bag.
We should get Craymore to do a theme song for that.
Yes.
Fishbowl facts?
Fishbowl Facts. And a dinner
Cremo?
with Faraz theme song. He's
Does
going to be
he
busy.
charge for these?
Well, the
promos.
first one is promo. He might want to charge from now on, but I mean, it's 15
Here's
seconds. Okay, Fishbowl Facts.
First fishbowl fact. It says, wealthy businessman and aviator Howard Hughes requested a bulk shipment, precisely 200 gallons, of Baskin-Robbins banana nut ice cream while staying at Las Vegas's Desert Inn. A few days later, Hughes decided that he was tired of this ice cream and announced that he would only eat chocolate marshmallow ice
This guy
cream.
sounds like quite the douche. Like a rich douche.
Watch the movie The Aviator with Leonardo DiCaprio. It's about him.
Oh.
Because of this, the Las Vegas Desert Inn ended up distributing free banana ice cream for a year after they had all that leftover ice cream that he promptly decided he didn't want. He was
I
sick of
wish
the flavor.
I had that
You know,
much money to
that
do
you
that.
Just waste on
Yeah.
ice cream.
Me too.
Water structures in Las Vegas, like fountains and man-made lakes, use something called gray water, which is recycled water from sinks, bathtubs, showers, and lakes found in Middle Earth.
There's an estimated to be at least 1,000 people living beneath Vegas in underground tunnels.
They're
Wait,
more
what?
people.
People live under Vegas in the tunnels.
Is it like
Homeless.
Magic
is it
Kingdom?
the sex trafficking ring or
No, like homeless people. People without homes.
Oh.
I will tell you, there are a lot of homeless
Either
people in
way,
Las
it's
Vegas.
There's a lot of chud
actually knew
under
this.
Vegas.
Contrary to popular belief, prostitution in Las Vegas is not legal.
But they're everywhere.
Yeah,
What?
It's not legal.
What?
It's legal outside the city.
Then why is it believed that?
Wait a minute,
it
it's
is
legal outside the city?
Yeah. I think there's a fishbowl fact that explains it.
It seems
Not
like
mine.
that could've
Have
been
not
tied
made
in.
it there yet.
So who's next?
Did you read yours?
Yeah, it's your Nicole's next.
The Bronze Lion outside of the MGM Grand Hotel weighs 50 tons, making it the largest bronze sculpture in the country. Fishbowl fact.
The Las Vegas Strip is the brightest place on Earth when looked at from outer space.
Crazy.
I believe that.
I do too.
It would take 288 years for one person to spend one night in every hotel room in Las Vegas.
How many years?
But would they have as much fun as they
280.
had in one night in Bangkok?
to spend one night?
Yeah, if you
In
were to,
every single hotel room in
yeah,
Las
if
Vegas.
you just go to
At
every
least, like-
hotel room,
Like nice hotels though, or just like any hotel?
every hotel
Do you have like motels listed there too, or just hotels?
on the strip,
On the strip.
4 miles,
How many hotels are on there?
A lot.
2.
And you can go to In-N-Out.
I think if each of them has like 2,000,
I don't
3,000
wanna do the
rooms.
Caesars takes up almost
Oh,
all
in
the
every
strip by
room.
itself.
What were you talking? You thought we were talking about hotels?
Yeah!
Oh my god!
Wait a minute, we're like 50 minutes into this and he just understood the question from the quiz.
Which question?
What?
What?
What was Chris's last fishbowl fact just now?
He didn't read it.
About how long it would take you to spend one night in every hotel room in Vegas.
Oh, hotel. I thought you meant like one night in every hotel.
Yeah, 288
No,
years.
Every
Jeez
room.
Louise.
Every room in Vegas.
Okay, I get it now.
Okay.
Okay.
Are
That makes
you
more
sure?
sense.
Moving on. Your turn.
According to suppliers, Vegas bingo players' favorite color ink daubers?
Ink daubers.
Yeah.
Daub. You daub.
According to suppliers, Vegas bingo players' favorite color ink daubers are purple.
Bingo!
It's what you mark the numbers off with.
I
It's like a
love playing
gigantic,
bingo.
like, crayon.
We should do a bingo night, too.
I would love to do a bingo night.
All right, we'll do.
I used to play bingo at Yellow Dog Eats, and I would get free barbecue sauce and free drinks.
We'll
all
do
the time.
Texas
Never been
Hold'em
there.
bingo.
Yellow Dog Eats?
You've never been there?
No.
Oh, we got.
Have you been to Gnarly Barley yet?
No.
You need to. We told you about the tins, the $2 highlight.
I don't get out much.
You sound like an abused person.
Let
now.
me cut in here before
Cut
my
in.
fishbowl fact. We were talking about food before at Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most delicious things I've ever eaten was in Las Vegas. If
For
you
us?
go through the Miracle Mile
I've never been there.
in Las Vegas, in Caesar's Palace, the Miracle Mile, or
She's in a lot in Vegas that I'm not aware of until
That's
now.
because it stays there
no,
for
Planet Hollywood.
Until this episode.
Planet Hollywood, the Miracle Mile.
Yes.
They have a kind of quick service location called the Lobster Place. I did tell you about this, by the way.
You actually told me about the spanking, too.
So you're just being facetious and telling people you're finding out about this for the first time? You're making them believe that you and I don't talk. We talk. Okay?
You talk.
You talk, he sleeps. Anyway.
Like he doesn't talk. Have you ever heard him talk?
Miracle Mile, Planet
I try
Hollywood.
not to.
Lobster
There is a
place.
quick service lobster place, which sounds weird, but it's been featured on the Food Network and all those different food
Diners,
channels.
drive-ins, and dives.
And I got a fried lobster tail on a stick, and it was one of the most delicious things I've ever had.
Did you dip it in butter, too?
I did dip it in butter and squeezed a lemon wedge over it, and it was sensational.
The best corned beef and cabbage I ever had was in Vegas.
Vegas has a lot
Really?
of good food.
Yeah.
The best whiskey milkshake I ever had was in Vegas.
Did you know Las Vegas is informally known as Hawaii's 9th island due to the city's large community of Hawaiians? I did not know that.
I didn't know
No,
that
I didn't
either.
know that either.
I didn't know you could be an unofficial island if you're not actually an island.
It's Vegas,
You know-
baby.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Just remember, it's only an island if you look at it from the ocean.
Very good, JL. Very good.
Thank you, Chris.
You're next.
Did you know 15 of the world's top 25 hotels are located in Las Vegas?
Can you name all 15?
Las Vegas.
I bet for Ozcada they all start with Caesar's Palace.
Caesar Palace is one. Bellagio, I bet, is one.
Yep.
Mandalay Bay,
MGM.
MGM Grand, the Luxor.
You think Luxor?
I don't know about
That's kind of a
Luxor.
cheaper
See,
one.
no, I don't know.
What's that new one? The Aria. That's probably up there. Michael Jackson had plans to build a 50-foot tall moon-walking robot replica of himself to roam the Las Vegas desert.
What
Of course
the
he did.
hell?
Of course he did.
It was intended to be an
That would've been
advertisement.
awesome.
That would have.
It was intended to be an advertisement for a planned 2005 comeback.
So that would have basically made all of
2005.
that would have
Yeah.
made all of Las Vegas Neverland.
Yeah.
He did make his comeback in 2005.
Can you imagine if we made like a giant bubbles to go with it?
Or put a blanket over it.
Giant bubbles had so many connotations I could associate that with.
Nope.
In 1980, a Las Vegas hospital had to suspend workers who were betting on when patients would die. One nurse was even accused of murdering a patient just so that she would win.
Holy crap.
That's dedication.
That
Yeah,
is
to
dedication.
winning. None of these have been about the prostitution follow-up.
Okay, so prostitution is legal in certain areas in Nevada, but it's not actually legal in Las Vegas itself.
Exploded.
Oh, I owe money. So your phone goes off, you owe money to the show. So it's advertised in Vegas, and it does happen in Vegas, but you could get arrested for it.
There's a lot of drugs in
Oh,
Las
that's a lot to
Vegas.
know before I go for my first visit. Thank
Yes.
Good thing you're sharing a room with Nicole, and that prostitute will never know.
Also, they give you these little cards when you walk down the street with the prostitute prices on it. and that's not the true price. Don't ever go by that price.
Wait, what now?
I
What?
know that because I didn't order
Does
a
it
prostitute.
say starting price?
I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to ask you how you know. I just
didn't
want to know
order
what's
it.
going on.
I'm
here.
just saying. I'm protecting myself. I didn't order it, but I had a friend who did.
Right.
So like
A friend.
Everyone has a friend.
the card will have a picture of a woman on it and a price, and
Is this like Uber?
they hand these out on the street.
They're all over.
Everywhere.
All over.
As you're
They
walking down the
litter
street,
floor.
they'll hand you a card with the prostitute price on it. It'll say like $99 for 2 or $69
For
for
two?
1.
Huh,
Yeah.
69.
What does that mean for 2?
You get 2 women for $99.
Doesn't
And they
that
also
sound
have their
like a
pictures
deal?
on there.
They got pictures on there, but
That's not the real price.
that's not the real price. That's the price to get them to come to your room to negotiate
Oh my gosh.
what price they want to charge you for what service.
Interesting.
Yes.
The way you were nodding at me right now,
I would have let him
it's
find
like-
out on his own.
There is a lot. No. There's a lot of sorrow and regret in the way you're nodding.
Yes, because we didn't let you follow through with this.
I know that's how most stories go, and something happens to you that's embarrassing, like ordering a prostitute. You say it's your friend, but it really was a friend of mine that did it.
It's okay, Chris. We're not judging you.
You don't. You can judge me all you want.
I'm not sure. I just told you I'm not.
So what were the rates? Did he tell you?
They're expensive, like
Of course.
for like next to nothing. I don't remember what the rates were,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you've ever been to Vegas, these cards are like famous because there's,
This is more expensive than the gondolier ride.
they have a way that they hand you the card. They like slap the card, like a whole like presentation when they're passing out these cards to people. They like flip the card and slap the card against, and then they just hand it to you as you're walking along the street. And so, your first time in Vegas, people are handing you stuff all the time. And you take the card. You can collect like big stacks of these
You're
cards.
setting up with a bunch of prostitute cards.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're like trading cards.
yeah,
funny.
they are like
That-
trading
that's
cards.
awesome.
And they have these prices on it. And you're like, oh my gosh, $99 to get laid. That's great. But 2 women are going to come to my room for $99. But that's just
2 women coming
they
to your
literally
room
do
for
come to your room.
$99.
they do come to your room for $99,
That's
but
what I
they
said.
don't do anything.
It's like the starting price.
Right.
Starting price is $99, and
then
it's
they
never going
have,
to be $99.
like a menu, and then you could pick from the menu, and it's got
They have a menu.
like the bigger
it's a
prices
scroll.
on it. Yeah.
It's not like
They actually
like
pull
an
out a
iPad
scroll.
They pull out, and then you swipe your card on
Like
the
one
iPad.
does something and the other watches, and then if you want the other one to start doing something, then you tack more in. And
See, Nicole knows more than I do.
She actually
Yeah, she
followed
does.
through on one of
Yeah,
the
she
cards.
does. Apparently so.
All right, well, let's rate the beer.
Apparently so.
Maybe I
Which
had a friend.
one?
I'm going to rate mine first because I thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm giving it a straight up 6.
Wow!
I thought it was great taste. It has none of that aftertaste that usually gets me.
It's a Pilsner. What kind of aftertaste would you have gotten?
Bitter.
From a Pilsner?
Yes.
They do
Yeah.
have like that, I guess, that tang.
So yeah, I had the Pilsner. I thought it was thoroughly enjoyable from start to finish. It's gone. I gave it a 6. I give the
Mountain Ale.
The ale. Did not enjoy that at all. And I normally like ales. I give that one a 2.
Well, I like it. That's a brown ale. That's probably why.
Oh.
It's more bitter.
Let's say rugged mountain ale.
Yeah.
Rugged Mountain Ale.
It was too rugged for me.
I'm a lumberjack. Yes, I am.
I don't know how we're supposed to go around rating these.
Whatever you drink,
Yeah.
whatever you
Well, I
want to
drank
do.
the Mountain Ale. I really liked it. I'm going to give it a 6.
You drank the IPA too.
I did, but I already finished it, and I don't remember what I thought, so I might have to have a sip of JL's.
Yeah, we've all been taking some.
Oh, I loved it so much. I'm
It's been
savoring
a-
it.
I'll tell you guys after. It's been
Dale
a
told
rough
us all to get it on
recording for me.
our own bottle of the IPA, but I've
Um,
already consumed so many.
I really like the brown. I think it had a nice
Lightweight.
It was like it had a nice smooth taste to it. It had the good maltiness, so overall the flavor for the Mountain Ale was really good. I'm just going to take a sip
I
of the
think
IPA.
we're all going to
again.
share Dale's
Why was it a rough
IPA.
recording for you?
I'll tell you after.
Okay.
The IPA is good. It's
We squirreled her too much with our jokes.
No.
Okay.
It's a little bitter, but it's got a good amount of hoppiness to it as well. I think it's balanced as well, but I think I'm going to give it a 5.
For
I don't
the
know
which
if it-
one?
For the IPA.
IPA. Okay.
So the Mountain I gave the brown ale I gave a 6, and the IPA I gave a 5. I think it has a little more of a lingering aftertaste to it. That's not so pleasant for me.
All right, JL.
I love the IPA. I think it's a very smooth IPA. I'm not really getting that aftertaste like you're saying. I just think it's got a very smooth flavor to it. I got to give it a 6.
Okay.
The Mountain Ale, there is a slight aftertaste there. It's got a little bitterness there, and I think it has something to do with, like you said, the brown ale. Overall, though, the flavor, texture, everything that goes into it, I find very good. I would give it a 5.
Okay, so our ratings are the same, just reversed per beer.
Right.
But so far, the beer has gotten very high.
I couldn't get over the Mountain Ale's aftertaste. I thought that was a prominent feature to me.
The brown?
Yeah, the brown ale. It was just, like Chris said, too rugged for him, too rugged for me.
You're
the
not
IPA,
a Canadian mountain man.
Yeah. The IPA, I'm a Canadian prairie folk, man. The IPA was okay. I think because I kept drinking it after I had the Mountain Ale, I didn't have a clear palate to absorb all its nuance and flavors. There was nothing bad about it. I didn't get any aftertaste like Nicole described. I would give the IPA at least a 3. I just can't give it a fair rating because my palate was always compromised. But I know the Pilsner for sure definitely gets one more swig. Hold on.
Glug, 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 glug.
I'm actually a big fan of Pilsners. I like them as much as I like IPAs, and I know they're very different kinds of beer. This one is smooth. It's not as light and refreshing as I like Pilsner to be. There's like a heaviness to it, but it's a smooth Pilsner. I'll give it a 4 out of 6.
Yeah, pretty high ratings for all of them.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you for the variety.
Yeah.
This has been
It was a good pick.
Yes, these were very good.
just like Vegas. You never know what you're going to get, but every now and then you walk out with a win.
And that's just it. I thought with the variety pack and the whole thing, it was a gamble on what we were going to pick.
I see what
very
you did
good.
there.
All right, we got some emails.
We did get emails. Who wants to tell everyone what our email address is? Me?
That's
Anybody?
podcast42show@gmail.com. Now remember, that's 42 numerically.
Yay. Thank you, JL. Our first email is from Johnny Unicycle.
Right. Okay.
Hello, Johnny. It says, in the McDonald's episode, I agree with Gary. It should just
Those
be...
are words that should never be mentioned ever again.
Johnny Unicycle?
No,
Or
I like Johnny Unicycle. I just don't like that he agrees with Gary.
Oh, okay. Well, Gary said, and Johnny Unicycle agrees, it should just be toys. No girls' toys, no boys' toys, just one label, toys. This is in relation to us talking about, in our McDonald's episode, the Happy Meals.
Oh.
Gary was upset about the fact that when he bought a Happy Meal, they said, do you want a girl's toy or a boy's toy? And he was saying that a lot of the time the boys' toys are awesome and really cool and have a lot of fun features to it, but the
Your
girls...
boy toy has fun features.
But the girls' toys...
I just threw up a little bit of my mouth.
The mountain ale just came back.
The girls' toys are just like plain and boring, and you shouldn't make a girl feel bad about wanting to play with a boy's toy, or a boy feel bad about wanting to play with a girl's toy. They should just be toys. Which toy would you like?
You know why Gary
This
thought
one or
the
that
boy
one?
toys were so much better?
Why?
Because he's a boy.
See, now, here's the thing.
I'm just joking.
Here's the thing with that, though. It's like a lot of times it'd be like, all right, so the toys today are Transformers for the boys, and for the girls, My Little Pony.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't do anything.
And that doesn't help anything, because guess what? The bronies are going to want the My Little Pony, too.
But then they're going to feel bad because it's being called the girl's toy.
Right.
Well,
it's teaching them, like, oh, I shouldn't like this because it's viewed this way. Where the girls, even if they wanted the Transformer, it's like, what are you talking about? Now you're a tomboy, and it perpetuates stereotypes for kids growing up.
Well, he also had a point, too, that the boy toy at McDonald's is usually 10 times cooler than the girl toy because, like, the My Little Pony at McDonald's will be a little pony that doesn't do anything. It's got 2 tufts of hair sticking out of it.
And the long tail.
And the boy toy will be, like, a transforming
that forms into Devastate. It's like the
it's-
combiner and all that turns into like a 5-story thing.
Yeah. So question number 2.
Email number 2 is from Hips Thor. Okay, hi Hips Thor.
Hips Thor. Hips Thor.
It says, I know you...
Like hipster.
Yeah.
Hips Thor.
What a clever name that email is from.
JL liked it.
I did.
Hipster
Yeah.
says, I know you guys record out of Orlando, so was it weird seeing North Carolina get hit by a hurricane? What a funny email address for such a serious topic.
Why are you staring at me? I had nothing to do with it.
I don't think it's weird seeing North Carolina get hit by a hurricane because nobody seems to care about global warming or think it exists.
New York gets
So-
hit by nor'easters.
Yes.
No,
And
I think he was saying
New
that
York
we
is
get
also-
hit by hurricanes so much. What was it like being on the sidelines for somebody else?
I
We
mean,
were on
that
the
happened
sidelines
last
of Puerto
year with
Rico.
and Texas and Superstorm Sandy
And
Yes,
Katrina.
and Katrina.
I think it's the fact that everybody always expects it to hit like Florida or go in the Gulf and hit Louisiana or Texas. And so this one went more northeast.
Well, I think like Big Brother, expect the unexpected because it's going to start happening everywhere. They're getting them in Hawaii now.
Oh, I know. But
Sure.
we're the
Everywhere.
ones normally,
Winnipeg will never get a hurricane.
we're normally hunkered down. We're the ones that everybody's going, oh my God, Florida's going to die.
We
And
will
now somebody
eventually
else.
if things keep going the way they go.
Florida's gonna die.
It's going to get worse before it gets better. So, I don't see any reason to feel weird
This
about
much stupid never dies, Chris. Florida is everlasting.
I love Florida.
It's going to get worse before it gets better. And people are going to keep doing the same things and being like, oh, this isn't a problem, but this is a problem, and not seeing the relationship between the two.
Supposedly the guy that runs around shirtless with the
Florida
American
man.
flag and every hurricane we have went to North Carolina to do that.
Yes, he
I
did.
saw that, yeah.
That's pretty awesome. All right, Faraz, where can you find the show?
What?
Where can you find our show? If you were looking for our
You
Pop
say
show,
it like
quiz
you
number
say it like you
2.
don't listen to our show.
where would you find it?
Yeah, I know it's on the Xbox. Xbox
my God.
One. I've seen it there.
Yes, it's on the Xbox.
Where else?
Spreaker.
Spreaker. That's a very good one. We get paid when you listen to it on Spreaker, by the way.
So Spreaker, it is. They fund our pizza and burgers and fried
Yes,
chicken.
At least part of it. Anywhere else?
Apple,
Yeah.
iTunes.
You can actually say everywhere but
Oh, everywhere but
Spotify.
Spotify.
Spotify hates us.
And by the way, if you're going to listen to us on Apple or on anywhere that allows you to give us a rating, please give us a rating. A good rating is better than a bad one. So
Well,
if
yeah.
you feel like
What?
leaving us a bad
I had
rating,
no idea.
please don't. Please don't. But if you give us a good rating, it does help more people
Did
find
we get a
us.
bad rating?
No, I'm just saying in
Okay.
general, if you
Like
want
a restaurant Yelp. Don't review if you're just gonna give us a
Like,
bad review.
more people are likely to leave bad ratings than good ratings. So I'm just
One
saying, if
bad
you want to
episode
leave
does
a
not
bad
a series make.
yeah, if you want to leave a bad rating, just give us another
Futurama?
chance, or
Did
just
Futurama have a
stop
bad episode?
listening. But if you
Maybe
enjoy
one.
us, leave us a good rating and
Right.
tell people about us, and find us on Facebook. Where can you find us on Facebook, gentlemen? Anybody?
The official Podcast 42 group page.
Very good. And it will ask you to request to join, and we will add you.
We'll just approve you.
Because we love having new people to our group to share in all of our memes and pop culture discussions.
Yay!
That way you can hear about Faraz talk about his favorite things.
Batman and Star Wars.
And
And
also
Lord of the
Galactica.
Rings.
And lately Dune.
And Dune.
Lately,
yes.
Dune.
Yeah.
Lately, Dune. This is
love
my
it.
favorite book for a very long time. But you just read it last month.
No, I've read Dune since you were a wee toddler in diapers, just like I was. Since we were born in the same year.
You were reading when you were a
Same
wee toddler
age.
in diapers.
I know, but we've known Faraz for a long time. Has he ever talked about Dune until recently?
No, he hasn't.
No, you've been bringing up Dune a lot recently. It
I
could have
think
been
it's-
your favorite book forever.
You know, I think it's because we told him to quit bringing up Batman and Star Wars, so he's
so he switched.
expanded.
Now it's Dune and Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
The
All right.
original series,
I'm gonna
not
watch-
the reboot.
Nope, the reboot, the reimagined. It's not a reboot. Reimagined
I'm
is
going
way
to watch
better.
it. I'm going to watch it.
It's called a reimagined.
And many people have been telling me to watch it, including you. I'm
It's
gonna watch
okay.
it.
So let's
It's
review.
Emmy award winning.
Let's review. podcast42show@gmail.com.
Numerically
42. Make sure to find us on Spreaker, anywhere you find podcasts except for Spotify. Make sure you add us on the Facebook official Podcast 42 Show group page. It will ask you to join and we will accept you. Are we forgetting anything?
Nope.
That's everything.
We're out of here.
Excellent.
I'm Christopher DeVos.
I'm Nicole Fasone.
J.L. Tros.
And I'm Faraz. Hey.
It's been
Very
fun.
well.
Adios. Sayonara.
Cut. Bye.
And a swing and a
And the swing of a Sunday's out of here.
That's the way it was.
And that's the way it was.
Fairly well.
You are no longer listening to Podcast 42.
Some of the stuff you just heard might have been embellished, made up, or just plain incorrect. In other words, don't use this show to write a book report with. You will get a bad grade. Just like all the hosts.
But I'm not done yet.
JL's Beer Cooler is written and performed by Cremo. Cremo is an award-winning actor and musician. For all things Cremo, including more great music, visit Cremo.com. That's spelled Craymo. He is on Twitter at Cremo. Facebook, just search Cremo Music, and also on YouTube under, you guessed it, Cremo.